welcome to the Conservatory at Garden Heights Nursery. I'm Barb Giblin, and I'm here to talk about terrariums today. We're going to first start with selecting your container. Everything that you'll need is right here. Some gravel for the bottom for drainage, a little bit of charcoal to help keep it clean, some potting soil. Once you add your plants, then you'll want to top that with some nice moss. Now we want to talk about choosing correct plants for your terrarium. You want to kind of look at a few different things: size, texture, and color to put together a nice arrangement. For some height, we have Neanthebellum palms, Norfolk Island pines. You can always come in with some variegated English ivy, which is very adaptable, button ferns, creeping figs. Fittonia is a really nice one. They thrive in terrariums. A creeping Charlie is a nice delicate one. We have these different exotic begonia hybrids, which are beautiful, which add color and texture. A nice blooming one is a nice choice always is the African violet. Now we're ready to build our terrarium. We started with a layer of gravel for drainage at the base. Then you add your charcoal. Charcoal is very important to a terrarium because it helps clean the water and keep the air that's circulating inside the terrarium clean and good for the plants. Once you get your charcoal in, the next you want to do is just use a standard, like the organic potting mix that we have is really nice. It's good for pretty much any kind of plant that we're going to want to put in there, and you just get a nice base in there for your roots to be able to dig into. And then once that's done, then we're ready for plants. Now we're building our terrarium. You want to start with the biggest, most dominant plant that you're going to use for your height and get him situated first. I'm going to sort of put him in the back corner, and this is a lemon button fern, which is a really pretty texture that we're going to use here. And then we're going to come in the front and use a strawberry begonia, which will bring in some color and some fun texture to that, with some totally different color with the nice veining and red underneath. That's really a nice look. We've got a couple of these little variegated sedges, which will also do well in this same environment. We're just going to kind of put those in the front where they can be viewed easily, and do a couple of those for some color. Scoot him over just a tad. I'm going to add this one back here. Now we're going to just add our little cardinal bird for some fun, whimsy, and color. Kind of, we're trying him down here and see how that works. Now, after I get these in place, what I'm going to do is add a little additional soil around my theme back here, the larger fern, because he needs to be built up to make sure his root ball's covered, and that's how you create terrain in your terrarium, by creating different levels. Off in the back or off to one side, you'll build that up with additional soil, and it'll create some height and interest inside the plant grouping. Once you've got the soil packed nice and tight, you want to water your main root balls of your plants. You can do that with any small watering can. Just going to water them in a little bit. And then the next thing I like to do is take a small spray bottle and just clean off the foliage and sometimes the glass from all the soil work. And you can use that sometimes just to water during your care. Sometimes it's easier to just water with a little spray bottle, or you can use a small watering container. Okay, now we're ready for moss. We've got some nice preserved forest moss here. We're going to just sort of dress up the fronts of these, the top of the soil. Gives it a real woodsy feel, and just kind of really brings it to life. And I think our little cardinal bird would rather be on top of the moss than under the moss, so we're going to get him back down in the corner. I think he'll be happy down here. And you could just sort of use your own judgment on how much moss you want to use. And there's all different kinds. I thought this would go as a little woodland planting with the fern and the begonias. Kind of goes with the theme. Just kind of fun. You don't have to use moss, but it's kind of a nice touch. Pretty much completes our, you might just want to dust it off a couple more times. And that is a woodland terrarium.